You guys are going to really be lit up next week around the simple. I would share it with you now, but we must go in order. So hold out, hang in there. But the frameworks in which you can succinctly and without fail every single time speak into their pain, but in a way that guides them there, right? In a way that actually invites them to look further into what might be going on, because 9 times out of 10 people don't actually know that they have a problem or this stuff is going on for them until someone says it, like what you were mentioning before, Seal, that sometimes when you have a conversation you're like, it's that mind reading. They're like, hey, why are you describing how I feel some days? And you automatically position yourself as an expert. So it's going to be awesome next week when we dive into being able to take those 2 lists of the inside and outside and put them into content that just speaks straight into their soul. And they're not afraid to see it or watch it or read it. They're actually like curious. So because we structure it in a way where we're not going, oi, you shouldn't be doing that. We're going, hey, here's the thing. I get you. I see you. You're enough. Let's go on a ride. Let's jump down your rabbit hole. That's what it's like. Cool. So, right, got my slides back up in order. Sorry about that, guys. I was thinking, what is going on here? All the notes are in here. I didn't have the technology together, but that's fine. We'll roll with it. That's just one of them things. So I'm going to do that again because I really want it to be clear, but we'll just zoom through it. So the next things we're about to do is we're going to look at building your aircraft model. So I know, Cyril, you weren't on here on the last session, but we had a metaphor about building out our avatar and where they are now and where they want to be through the analogy and the metaphor of we are the pilot, we own a plane, they're going from one destination to another, they pay us for the plane ticket and they get on board, okay? So that was the analogy. In this session, we're going to be shaping our message, we're going to start looking at crafting our, creating the model of our aircraft, okay? Hence the paper plane, because it's not the full-blown aircraft just yet, but we're going to be essentially looking at the thinking behind our model. Cool. The next step that we're going to look at is we're going to be adding sustainability into that. So I know that you guys were like, yeah, cool, having the future vision and acknowledging that that's important, because it is. We're here today with the skills that we have and the knowledge that we have and the experience that we have, but tomorrow that can all change, right? That can increase, that can, turn into something that we'd never imagined. And so we want to be setting up for that as well. And that's what we're going to run through in this session, is about when you create a model or when you create a process in which you're going to use to build your business, let's have the future in mind as well as the immediate. As I mentioned before, we're going to create this model. We're going to keep in mind, when we're creating this model, we're going to keep in mind that, yeah, how we help our people is important, but we need to make sure that we fit our own mask first, that we give ourselves the oxygen, which is the fulfillment and the passion in doing what we're doing first, okay? Otherwise, we'll get halfway through and be like, we'll try and change things up, right? And so it doesn't serve anybody when we get to that stage. And the last one here is that we're going to learn to play to our strengths, because we do all have strengths, and we play a smarter game, not a harder game, when we understand what we're strong at and what's worked for us. That's the key. What has worked for us so far, what has worked for our clients so far, and we incorporate those. Make sure we incorporate those as we build out our what we're going to be doing with our people. And then the exciting one that I'm going to take you through is the 5 Ps. The 5 Ps plan, which is to have one focus, okay? And we're really going to break that out. So here's how we're going to roll. Here's how we're going to do it. So essentially, I'll just give you the overview, then we'll switch over to the worksheets. The overview is that we're going to have a look at the focus blocks, which is the 5P plan. And what that means is we're going to look at what components you want to have in place, and that's, it's up to you whether you use it, but having this one focus will allow you to scale that quickly, and then you can go on to the next thing, okay? So it's about getting getting tight in one area with a focus, and then getting mad results there, and then being able to move on once you've scaled that, once you've, you know, toted it, if you like, you know, tested it out, you've executed it, and it works. So the other thing we're going to be looking at is we want to really look at how we're going to take them from unhappy, like hungry, unhappy, to happy, right? What's the process for that? Okay, so we've done some work on what it looks like for them, but now it's our turn to think of our message and what we're going to do, and what is the process for actually moving them from that, where, you know, when you just get hangry and you just eat anything. Yeah. Like a cat eating a dog. When I saw this, I was like, it's made it into the movie. You know, people just get, you know, they're hungry, they want something, they don't know what they're looking for, so they're just like, eat anything, buy anything, just something that's going to give me certainty. That's how it's like. But how can you come along with clear messaging and certainty and conviction in what you're saying and doing, and tell them, hey, just chill out, look, come and eat over here, you know, and make them feel that way, like happy about what they're doing and happy about the result that they're going to be getting. That's what we're going to look at as the process. And then the last one is we're going to set your mix, because it's your show, it's your business, and you want to, you know, set your own mix. Okay, one shoe doesn't necessarily fit all, okay, in terms of exactly what to do in your business. So I'm going to give you the frameworks around, or just the ideas to be able to come up with your message and how you help your people so that you can succeed. That's essentially it. Okay, so we're going to jump over onto the iPad, but while I'm switching it over, sound good?